Hey, Shalawam, Shalawam. So, first and foremost, all praises be to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Kadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of GMS that rule well and teach well in sincerity, taught us this truth. And Shalawam, too, the hopeful elect, as well as the 1/3 men, women, and children, Tabernacle of David. Shalawam, Shalawam. All right, all the brothers out there pushing and preaching this 100% doctrine, maintaining yourself, as well as the foreign Israelites that live amongst the heathen that may look like the heathen but are indeed Israelites. Shalawam to you as well. Shalawam, it's your brother Yaram Kazak. Back with hopefully another edifying lesson through the spirit and power of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. Now, just really revisiting the Shabath or Sabbath. Jumping back into it. Saw that this was a topic amongst Israel, and some people may stumble upon it or whatever, so let's just get into it. So I got basically just a calendar. I believe I got this at Home Goods. I don't know, I had it for a while, but you could just order a simple calendar with just your regular Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday on it, days of the week, and just blink and take a dry erase marker, right? And just write it on up, okay? So let's go, before we hit anything, let's hit some scriptures, right? So let's go to Isaiah 66 and 23. And it shall come to pass that from one new moon to another, and from one Sabbath to another, shall all flesh come to worship before me, saith Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. So from one new moon to another. Understanding that. And what's a new moon? All right. I'm gonna do it right here on Google. What is a new moon? Okay. A new moon occurs when the moon is between the earth and the sun, with the illuminated side of the moon facing the sun and the dark side facing earth. Okay? During this phase, the moon is in the same part of the sky as the sun and rises and sets with it, making it genuinely invisible from earth. Okay? The only time a new moon is visible is during a solar eclipse. So, what is a new moon? It's when the moon is dark. All right? Like that. This is a new moon. Okay? Anybody teaching you differently is off. They're basically lying to you. All right? A new moon is when the moon is dark, invisible almost. Okay? 1 second, let's take that back. And this is a good depiction right here. New, right? Then waxing crescent, then first quarter. Now your first quarter moon is always going to be on the right. All right? Then waxing gibbon or gibeos. Then a full moon. This is a full moon, and this has never changed since we was kids. All right? Then waning gibeos and third quarter moon. Then another waxing crescent, right? Then you're going to come back to the new moon. And this is your cycle, basically how you tell time, all right? Because every 7 days, this will be your first day of the month. And then let 7 days go by, first quarter. So this will be a Sabbath, all right? Then a whole nother week goes by, full moon, right? Another Sabbath. Then a whole nother week goes by, and what? Third quarter, another Sabbath. Then a whole nother week goes by, and you're going to have your last Sabbath for that month, which, is going to be almost a new moon, but you're going to be looking for that new moon. Okay, so it'll be similar to a new moon, but the new moon is going to come in either that next day or that day afterwards. Okay, for the most part. And when you have Sabbath back to back, that's what you would know as like a high Sabbath. All right, you would have a Sabbath back to back. Okay? Now, Go get another scripture, and then we'll go into this this calendar that I have right here. Now let's go to Ecclesiasticus, and dang, it's been a minute. Let me see. Either 33, I believe. Oh, actually, I just stumbled upon this one, but I'm going to find it in a minute. But Ecclesiasticus 33:9. Some of them have he made high days and hallowed them, and some of them have he made ordinary days. Now, a high day would be considered a Sabbath, okay, or a Passover, which falls around the Sabbath. All right, so these things are very important to know because we have feast days. You know, when you come to serve Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, we have certain feast days that we take part in, you know, at the end of the day. So, one second. And Ecclesiasticus 43:6. Okay? He made the moon also to serve in her season for a declaration of times and a sign of the world. From the moon is the sign of feast. That would be a high day, a light that decreaseth in her perfection. The month is called after her name. So what is the month called after? The moon, increasing wonderfully in her changing, being an instrument of the armies above, shining in the firmament of heaven. Okay? So, take into account that this Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi has made the moon to serve in her season for a declaration of times. So the moon is there to show you the time. It's there to show you, you know, when certain days are coming, when certain feasts are coming, and things of that nature. Going back to this, it's basically a clock, man. That's what the moon is, right? The first day of the month, right? Then you go, 7 days pass, boom. This is going to be basically the 8th day, right? It's going to be a Sabbath, right? Then you go, that 15th day, that's going to be a Sabbath. Then you go, that 22nd day, that's going to be a Sabbath, right? Then you go, and you're going to have another Sabbath, and you're going to be looking for the new moon. We used to have what you would know as moon watchers, right? And I believe that would be of the tribe of Issachar. They was good with keeping the time. Or as you know with the, what you would know like the Mayans or the Aztecs, right? And that's the tribe of Zebulon and the tribe of Issachar. So keeping the times, right? But when they came over to America, they fell into false god worship, worshiping the sun and things of that nature. But back in Israel, we knew how to watch the moon and knew how to determine if it was a new moon or not, right? Because this was important to keep the times, all right? So going back to this, and I'll pull up the calendar as well. Now, Friday was a new moon, right? And that will be the first day of the month. All right, now let's go to the calendar. And this is July. And July 5th was a Friday, right? So today is the 22nd, okay? Just for reference, today is the 22nd of July. And we just went past a full moon. So that full moon would have fell on the 19th, all right? Because that first quarter moon fell on the 12th. And that new moon fell on the 5th. So you would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. But understanding this is a day as well. So this is the first day. So this would be the 8th day. Right. So counting that day, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then the 12th, that would have been the first quarter moon. And that would have been the Sabbath. Right. Going back over here, that's July 5th. All right. So that's a day. And the day starts when the sun goes down. All right. Man, and coming into this truth, man, you got to really reprogram yourself to understand the truth, not what Esau tells you. All right. The day starts when the moon comes up and the sun goes down, because the Sabbath begins. So when the sun goes down, out here around 7, 8 o'clock, right? Then the Sabbath begins on that Friday. Okay? So that day would start. All right? And from that sun going down to this sun going down, that's a whole Sabbath. Okay? You don't supposed to work. But hey, we in captivity, so you may have to work. All right? But you don't supposed to have pleasures, intercourse with your wife, or nothing like that. You don't supposed to cook. You don't supposed to buy or sell. All right? But understand we in captivity, so hey, sometimes you may have to do things, especially if you working or whatever. All right? But this brings in the Sabbath. All right? So you keep what you can, most definitely. Now, that next Friday night will be the next Sabbath day. Okay? And that would be a first quarter moon. All right? And the right side of the moon is going to be lit up. All right? And then that next Friday night would be a full moon. Okay? And that would be another Sabbath. All right? And then that next Friday night, which we coming up on, okay, that would be the 26th. The 26th is going to be a Sabbath. Okay? I hope y'all following along. The 26th is going to be a Sabbath. The third quarter Sabbath. Right? And then what's going to happen? What's going to be that next Friday? Go down here. It would be August the 2nd. Now that's going to be a Sabbath. So what will happen at the end? The new moon is either going to come in on the 3rd, or the new moon may come in on the 4th. Okay? Whenever the new moon comes in, then the Sabbath day will change. Understanding that the Sabbath isn't always on Friday and Saturday. The Sabbath day will change. So if the new moon comes in on that 4th, which is a Sunday, then the Sabbath will be on that Sunday at all of this month. All right, so you would have the Sabbath right there, new moon Sabbath, first quarter moon Sabbath, full moon Sabbath, third quarter moon Sabbath, right? And then you would have the last Sabbath of that month, not going off the Gregorian calendar, but going off of biblical calendar, which Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi has created in the heavens, the moon and the sun. Okay? So that would be the last Sabbath for that month. And then the Sabbath would change. It would either go to Monday, because the new moon would come in, or it would go to Tuesday. Right? So the Sabbath does change. The Sabbath is not always Friday to Saturday, or it's not always Sunday. Who teaches that? The Catholic Church and the Christians. They teach that the Sabbath is one day forever, 365 days of the year. And that's incorrect. All right? The Sabbath changes according to the moon. And that's according to the scriptures. I'm going to read them one more time. Yahawah made the moon also to serve in her seasons for a declaration of times and a sign of the world. From the moon is the sign of feasts. And the Sabbath is a feast day. You're supposed to cook prior to the Sabbath beginning, because you don't supposed to cook on the Sabbath. So you're supposed to cook enough food for like a feast to eat on into the next day, or you can eat fruit, or whatever, or I fast a lot on the Sabbath, right? Or you can eat sandwiches, whatever. You just don't supposed to burn fire, all right? A light that decreaseth in her perfection. The month is called after her name. So the month is after the moon, right? So the moon declares the sign of time. The moon declares the time. The moon lets you know when the month is coming in. Now, do you always have a new moon on the first day of the month? No. As I just showed y'all in here, the new moon came in on July 5th. And in August, the new moon is either going to come in on August 4th or August 3rd. So really just take this Greek calendar. This is the Gregorian calendar. Take this calendar and throw it out the window, man. That's not God's calendar. This is the white man's calendar. All right? We go off of the moon because that's what he gave to us. We don't need a piece of paper. We don't need a phone. We don't need none of that to keep the feast days of our Father, to keep them holy. Don't you supposed to keep the Sabbath holy? How you going to keep the Sabbath holy if you don't know how to keep the Sabbath? Right? That's part of the 10 Commandments. Remember the Sabbath day and keep it holy. All right, let's go get it. Exodus 20:8. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work, but the 7th day is the Sabbath of Yahawah thy power. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy maidservant, your slaves, nor thy maidservant, nor thy manservant, Salakia, nor thy cattle, even your horse, your ox. It ain't supposed to work. Nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. In the kingdom, we gonna have slaves, man. We gonna have manservants, maidservants of the heathen nations. Okay? We gonna have these things. But on the Sabbath, the entire planet will shut down. All right? Everybody will shut down. That's how it's supposed to be done. All right? But Esau, Edom doesn't care about God. On Sunday, they play football. On Sunday, which they call the Sabbath, they play football. Okay? Understanding that. So even if they was trying to keep the Sabbath, they desecrate it. They don't keep it. They don't care. Right? And really, it's important to know. You'd be like, why is it important to know the Sabbath? Because it's the 10 Commandments. And the 10 Commandments is really summing up all the commandments, making it really easy for you. It's 613 laws, but the 10 Commandments is basically trying to make it easy for you, right? So you really supposed to keep the Sabbath day, and you're supposed to keep it holy, all right? The earth, taking it with like gardening, right? When gardening, you're supposed to let the earth rest every 7 years. You don't supposed to plant nothing in that field. You got a field, you planting crops. Every 7 years, you're supposed to let that field rest and gain its ability back, nutrients and all of that. And then when you plant some more crops in that field, boy, they going to be straight. Because the earth got to rest that 1 year, right? After those 6 years, you should have enough food that'll last you, right? So the earth has the rest every 7 years. Esau, Edom is nonstop. They don't care about the earth. They just gonna work it till it dies. That's why your food is weak. That's why you can eat an orange today, and 20 years ago that orange would make you full. But now it's not gonna do nothing for you. You gotta eat like 3 oranges to feel full. Okay? You got seedless grapes, seedless watermelons. You got seedless everything. They don't care, man. All right? That's GMOs. What does GMO foods do to you? You eat a GMO food. Let's say you go to Burger King. You eat some GMO meat, fake meat, right? Your body breaks it down, but when it gets in your body, those toxins basically just go all in your body and it makes you feel bad. All right? when those toxins get in your body. It's because of what they giving you, man. Fake food, fake meat, fake fruit, fake vegetables. All right? This ain't the way that Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi has set this place up to be. Okay? So, hey, I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to summarize the Sabbath one more time. Okay? The Sabbath came in on July 5th. That was the new moon Sabbath. All right? As you can see right here. Friday. So that would be the start of our month. That would be the first day of the month. The new moon. If you don't remember nothing from this lesson, remember that the new moon starts the month. And then 7 days after that is the next Sabbath. Because the new moon is a Sabbath as well. All right? So Sabbath, 7 days after that, Sabbath, 7 days after that, Sabbath. And they all falling on Friday. Right? And then when you get to the end, you're going to have a Sabbath down here. And then you're going to be looking for the new moon. So, go do it on the calendar. Sabbath, Sabbath. All right, Salakia. Sabbath, 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 Sabbath. And then, last one, Sabbath. And then we're going to be looking for the new moon. It's either going to come on that Saturday or that Sunday. Right? On that Saturday or that Sunday. And then what's going to happen? The Sabbath is going to change its day. So August, it might be all Saturdays. It might be new moon right here. And I have to change my calendar. I would just change my calendar and move this all over one. Right? It'll be Sabbath, 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 Sabbath. Or the new moon might come in on that Sunday. So I just move it over here. Sabbath, Sabbath, Sabbath. You get it? That's easy. I hope everybody can get this. I hope this is easy to understand, right? So boom, 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 right? These are the days that you would keep holy, meaning that you wouldn't have any intercourse, you wouldn't burn any fire, and you would do your best not to buy or sell, okay? You would try to cook food before that day, you know? You could cook food the day of because the Sabbath comes in at night. When the sun goes down, the Sabbath comes in. Okay? So you would cook food that day of, and y'all would eat that, you know, ongoing. Or you could do whatever you want to do, man. Make sandwiches. Like my kids, we make sandwiches. We eat fruit, grapes, you know, whatever it be. And I fast. I fast most Sabbaths, right? So just try to keep the Sabbath holy, man. Keep it holy. Don't try. Keep it holy to the best of your ability. You may have to work. Okay, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, he knows we have to go to work. All right, he put us in slavery, so he know we going to be slaves down here until he comes back, right? So at the end of the day, all right, I get one more, man. One more scripture. Let's go to Nehemiah. Yeah. All right. Nehemiah 13 and 18. Did not your fathers thus, and did not our power bring all this evil upon us and upon this city, yet ye bring more wrath upon Israel by profaning the Sabbath. So what's going to happen? If you know about the Sabbath and you just be like, forget it, man, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi is going to bring wrath upon you. When you come into this truth and you really truly begin to serve Yahawah, like you can't use that ignorant card anymore. You know his name. You know you're supposed to live a certain way. You know you got to stop smoking. You know you got to stop eating pork, lobster, crab, shrimp. You know that you can't be, you know, committing adultery. All right? You know that you can't do all this stuff, man. When you come to serve Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, the consequence of you breaking the law is much worse, because you know better now. Our people that don't know better, they in ignorance, they don't know better, then it's more mercy for them. But when they, hey, they keep doing wrong and they keep going off, Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi is eventually going to unalive them, right? Because if you walk by the prophets and you hear them and you just be like, oh, fuck that, right? Then that was your warning. Yahawah said, warn them for me. Warn them for me. That's what we do. So that was your warning. You ain't want to take the heed. Okay. Yahawah like, okay, I gave you a chance. It's over. Right? Nehemiah like, come on, man. Y'all gonna bring more wrath upon Israel by profaning the Sabbath. Right? And it came to pass that when the gates of Jerusalem began to be dark before the Sabbath, I commanded that the gates should be shut and charged that they should not be opened till after the Sabbath. And some of my servants set I at the gates that there should no burden be brought in on the Sabbath day. This is a very important process. So the merchants and sellers of all kind were lodged without Jerusalem once or twice. Then I testified against them and said unto them, why lodge ye about the wall? If you do so again, I will lay hands on you. From that time forth came they no more on the Sabbath. Why were they lodged? The merchants and sellers, they were out there waiting for the Sabbath to end. Because we don't buy or sell on the Sabbath. So they waited. They wanted it to end so they could get that money. So they was going to wait on the walls. And that's temptation, man. Bro, I tell you, man, for brothers that's in this truth, it feel like the most temptation be on the Sabbath. Like you be cool all week and then it be like, man, you're chilling with your woman and it be like, dang, but it's the Sabbath. Right? Yeah, I'm sure brothers can relate, man. It'd be like, damn, that tempter, and that be Satan tempting you on the Sabbath. All right? Okay? And like I just said, brother, Thunder King is not just Friday and not just Saturday, but it changes. But, and that's the thing, because brothers is going to, if you've been keeping it on Friday to Saturday the whole year and you didn't know that the Sabbath changes according to the moon, then it's actually going to be a relief to you. Now you can chill with your woman on Friday and Saturday, right? When you know that the Sabbath doesn't fall on a Friday or Saturday. It might fall on a Monday or a Tuesday or a Wednesday. So that weekend is cool. You cool, right? But if you just keeping it Friday to Saturday like the freaking Catholic Church or IUIC does, then your whole weekend is like you can't even mess with your girl. Right? You know what I'm saying? So understanding that. So it's not just Friday and Saturday. And I gotta check out. I put it up on the page. I put it up on the Sabbath page. Well, I keep it Friday and Saturday. Well, you going off, bro? I'm gonna read this for you one more time, man. Cause I'm trying to help you. All right? And then I'm gonna go to the Sabbath page and show you. Yahawah made the moon also to serve in her season for a declaration of times and a sign of the world. From the moon is the sign of feast, a light that decreaseth in her perfection. The month is called after her name, increasing wonderfully in her changing, being an instrument of the armies above, shining in the firmament of heaven. All right? So, we go back to the picture, bro. The new moon, right? And matter of fact, let's take it back to Isaiah. Because for any brother that's just keeping it Friday to Saturday like that, you got to be more diligent. And it shall come to pass that from one new moon to another and from one Sabbath to another shall all flesh come to worship before me, saith Yahawah. So if the moon is named, the month is called after the name of the moon. Okay? The moon is a declaration of times and a sign of the world from the moon is the sign of feast. The Sabbath day is a feast, correct? Understanding that. So the moon brings in that feast day. So that new moon is letting you know it's a Sabbath. And then 7 days after that, it's a Sabbath. So up to the brother Thunder King, man. And you may be coming in a sincere spirit. Whoever's teaching you, they just taught you incorrectly. But that Sabbath is that new moon is gonna change. Right? Let's look up real quick. Let's look up new moon in August. And I guarantee you it's not on no Friday or Saturday. All right? New moon, August 4th. All right, as the brother said. August 4th, right? So let's go to my calendar. When is August 4th? Sunday. Sunday, so that new moon is going to be a Sabbath. So that Sabbath is going to be on August 4th. Right? But it actually may be on August 3rd, depending on, because that new moon is going to shine on, it's going to shine at 7:13 a.m. So we'll see it August 3rd night, right? But I always wait for the elders to put it out before I confirm it. But understanding this, it's not going to be on no Friday. The new moon ain't coming in on August 2nd. It's coming in on August 4th. Okay? That first quarter moon is coming in August 12th. All right? So really, we gonna keep it. If it comes in, if we gonna keep it on that, basically that Sunday. All right? But I'm gonna wait for the elders because it may be August 3rd. It depends on, I believe it's gonna be August 3rd for the brother Yasharahla, because it's shining the night of August 3rd. You understand what I'm saying? So it's going to shine that night. So most likely the Sabbath is going to come in Saturday night to Sunday night. All right? You know, because the new moon is going to be shining on that night of August 3rd to August 4th. So that's important to understand. So it's going to change from being Friday, and it's going to move over to Saturday. So, Thunder King, the most evil happen on Friday? Nah, that's not, bro. Evil happen every single day. Doesn't Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi judge people every single day? Me and my wife was just talking about, what's that girl name? Sonia? Yeah. Sonia, man. She got popped in the face by some cops. What's today? Monday. She just got unalived. She was going to throw some hot water on some cops. She called the cops to come. I guess it was an intruder in her house. And the cops came in her house and unalived her. It's Monday, bro. It's Monday. Evil happens every single day, man. The Edomites do wickedness every single day. All right? We first of all, if you going off Friday and Saturday, understanding this, I want to show you something in the scriptures, man. Let's go to Genesis, the first chapter. In the beginning, Halalyam created the heaven and the earth. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the spirit of Yahawah moved upon the face of the waters. And power said, let there be light, and there be light. And there was light. And power saw the light, that it was good, and power divided the light from the darkness. And power called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And the evening and the morning were the first day. That's not even the moon and the sun. That's not the sun and the moon. And power said, let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters. And power made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament, and it was so. And power called the firmament heaven in the evening, and the morning were the second day. What day is that? That's not Monday. That's not Tuesday. It's just the second day. All right? As you go on, you read. It's the third day. It's the fourth day. It's the fifth day. It's the sixth day. Nowhere in the scriptures does it say Saturday or Friday. Nowhere, man. All right. Now, let's read this right here. And the evening and the morning were the third day. And power said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night. And let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years. So what is the moon for? No, dude, don't you know that Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, all that shit comes from what is it? Nordic mythology. You are worshiping another entity by even calling upon them days. I use them because, yeah, people understand it off of that, but those days got their names. These are false gods, man. Thor, that's Thursday, Thor. All right, Wednesday is Thor's mother, I believe. All right. Oh, no, Friday is Freya, his mother. Saturday, that's Satan's day. So, bruh, really, you got to be diligent, man. Why do people go to church on Sunday? Because they stupid. What you mean? They worship in the sun. That's sun worship. Sunday, that's sun worship. All right. Where in the scriptures do you see Monday, Wednesday, Thursday? You don't see that. You go through here, third day, second day, right? And read just out. Look, slow down, and read this, the 14th verse. And power said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years. So the moon and the sun is giving you the days, the years, the seasons. It's being signs for you. All right? That's the same exact thing that it says in Ecclesiasticus 43:6, man. He made the moon also to serve in her season for a declaration of times and a sign of the world. From the moon is the sign of feast, a light that decreaseth in her perfection. The month is called after her name, increasing wonderfully in her change and being an instrument of the armies above, shining in the firmament of heaven. So it's a declaration of time. You know, and I'm sorry I'm really beating the nail in the coffin, but I want the brother to get it. You know, and I ain't gonna bring you up, brother. I don't bring brothers up, man. You know, unless you've been in my live a long, long time, man. I don't bring nobody up. But just the fact that you can't go off of what the white man has told you with Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. That's Nordic mythology, man. All right. Look, this is the fourth day. What day is that? It's the fourth day, This is the fourth day. Okay? And the evening and the morning were the fourth day. All right? You keep going. You got the fifth day. And the evening and the morning were the fifth day. All right? So, we was created on what? The sixth day. All right? You know? And when did Yahawah rest? On the seventh day. Okay? You talking about we in 2024. No, fuck these calendars, bruh. I can't turn the Bible into my own understanding. I didn't do that. I just showed you that he created the moon, the sun, the stars for a declaration of times. Okay? Didn't Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi just X out America with eclipses? You had an eclipse going that way, and you had an eclipse going that way, and they were 7 years apart. Didn't he just X out America? That's a declaration of times, bro. If you can't see that, man, the spirit ain't really dwelling with you to see it. And I'm really coming to that conclusion on you right now. And I'm going to have to slide on it. But for those that can see it, that do understand that we not going off of Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, all that bullshit. All right? Matter of fact, I'm gonna go into it even a little deeper, just for you, man. And I'm about to quit. I'm about to get off. The concept of a 7-day week can be traced back to the ancient Babylonians, who used it to track the phases of the moon. They divided the 28-day lunar cycle into 4 weeks, each with 7 days, and named each day after a celestial body they could see with the naked eye. All right? But what are they doing? They tracking the moon. So even the ancient Babylonians knew how to go off the moon. Okay? That's what you failing to understand. And they brought their false god worship into it. So when you worshiping these days, right? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, right? This is what you're talking about right here. Now, if we go over here even further, Nordic mythology. The days of the week in English are named after Norse gods and goddesses, with the exception of Saturday, which is named after a Roman god. This is straight false god worship, bro. Sunday, named after the sun, which is personified as the goddess Sana or Sol in Norse mythology. I don't got to go through this, right? I'm just letting you know that Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi didn't name none of these days. It's the first day, it's the second day. Right here, new moon, first day, right? Second day, third day, fourth day, fifth day, sixth day, seventh day. Start it over. A Sabbath comes on all right, that's simple, man. That's simple. Fuck all that Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday stuff. That's false God worship. All right? And not to be over righteous, man. Not to say that, oh, well, we ain't even gonna say the day of the week. Nah, man, you being over righteous. Like, I ain't gonna say Monday and Tuesday. Fuck it. My people, we understand the days how we understand them, because we caught up in this wicked ass place. Right? Let's get that. For with stammering lips and another tongue will he speak to his people. So we going to be speaking in this language, English. we going to talk to our people in English. we going to talk in Ebonics. we going to talk in all of this. But we going to relay this message to our people and break it down the best way that we can. We not here to boast on our people. We trying to make it, what? Plain upon tables. All right? And Yahawah answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. So, make it plain, man. Make it plain. We ain't here to be boasting on our brothers and sisters like, come on, man. You got to make it plain upon tables. Okay? So, that's been my conclusion of the Sabbath breakdown. I hope. Thunder King, you still laughing? Well, it just ain't for you, bro. It just ain't for you, man. I done took you to the Norse mythology. I showed you that Monday, Sunday, all of that is false god worship. All right? We go back to where I took you. I told you that the Babylonians even understood to track the phases of the moon. They even understood this back in the day. Because I'm not trying to hear you. You ain't even posted no scriptures. You ain't talking from God or nothing. You speaking from your own mind. All right? Hey, you good. Shalawam, man. Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Barak, Ahtham to you and your household. You don't got the spirit. It's clear. It's clear to see. All right? In essence, I don't know about all that. Moon represents fertility. Nah. All right? The moon represents what Yahawah wanted it to represent. Declaration of times. That's what it represents. For you people that be stuck in all of this other stuff, man, You gotta get out of that. You can't. Hold up. Salakia. All right. Trust in Yahawah with all thine heart and lean not unto thine own understanding. What is trusting Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi? What is Yahawashi first of all? He's the scriptures. Okay? So you trust in these scriptures. If you can't back up that moon is fertility shit with the scriptures, then don't say it, sister. All right? And Thunder King, the reason why I ain't listening to you because you bring no scriptures out. All right? Watch what I say. What did I say wrong? I brought you nothing but scriptures. The Bible also says Jesus Christ. Yes, it does. And that's incorrect. Once again, the way that you're trying to stay on the Sabbath being on Friday and Saturday, you trying to stay on that, it's showing that you don't want to diligently search. You don't want to what? Study to show thyself approved. This is what you commanded to do. Right? Don't the scriptures say that? 2 Timothy 2nd chapter, verse 15. Study to show thyself approved unto power, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. You got to rightly divide the word of truth. All right? But if you can't get it, man. And that could be Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi blocking you from understanding it. Because I'm sure it's 7 people in here and I'm sure they understood it. Right? It's not that hard to understand. All right? They use the moon to track out. Hold up. No. First of all, no. All right? That's some woman. That moon fertility shit, that's like some woman worship. That's like, get up out of here with that. All right? Just chill on that. But hey, you read the Bible too, but you ain't post no scriptures. You can't tell me that I don't have the spirit because I don't agree with what you're saying. Bruh, we brought out Isaiah. It's like pointless now, me going back and forth with you. Okay? So I'm gonna just end it. But we brought out Isaiah 66 and 23. And it even says, it shall come to pass that from one new moon to another one, and from one Sabbath to another, shall all flesh come to worship before me, saith Yahawah. If you constantly worshiping the moon on Friday to Saturday, right? When you're supposed to worship you're supposed to worship Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi Salakia. If you constantly worshiping the Lord on Friday to Saturday, and you're not keeping the Sabbath when the rest of Israel is keeping it, if it moves on, how are you going to know when it's time? Don't you understand the feast days, the Pesach, the Passover, right? All comes around the Sabbath day. So this is why certain groups in Israel be doing feast days incorrectly and doing it at the wrong time because they don't understand how to read a calendar. They don't understand how to keep the times, man. So you're not studying to show thyself approved. So yeah, it's proven right there that you don't have the spirit. You know, and hey, I'm done with this. So, hey, all praises be to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of GMS that rule well and teach well and sincerity taught us this truth. And Shalawam. Hey, I get that for you. Hebrews 5 and 12, man. And then I'm really gone, man. Hebrews 5 and 12. For the time, ye ought to be teachers, you have need that one teach you again, which be the first principles of the oracles of power, and are become such as have need of milk and not of strong meat. All right? And I could testify on myself. Growing and becoming a teacher, I had to go forth to the elders, man. That's out here in the region. I had to go to camp, right? Cause you trying to teach is you gonna get puffed up thinking that you know something, but you really gotta go and get that full understanding, man. So you make sure you don't make no mistakes. If you out here teaching and you teaching incorrectly like Thunder King, bro, you telling people that the Sabbath is on Friday to Saturday. All right? You telling them it's that 365 days like the new moon doesn't change. I don't think the new moon comes in every Friday. It clearly doesn't. But you telling people that the Sabbath is Friday to Saturday regardless. It doesn't matter about the moon. That's what you telling them. Right? You teaching incorrectly, and it's a lot of blood on your hand if you pushing that out. All right? And that's proven, furthermore, that you don't have the Spirit, brother. You don't. Because you can't even humble yourself down to listen to the scriptures, man. And like the brother said, what precept is that? He didn't post no precept. You ain't post no scripture at all. All you doing is coming from your mind. So with that being said, Kwam Yasharahla, Shalawam, Shalawam, Ababa, Shalawam. Hold up, man. Hold up. Okay. Dang, I just did. Okay, yes, sister. It doesn't come on Friday and Saturday all the time. Right now, it's on Friday, right? We just passed the full moon, and we're going into the third Sabbath, and we'll have one more Sabbath, and then it's going to move to Saturday. So it's going to be Saturday to Sunday, all right? And I'm really done now. And I'll post this on YouTube in about an hour or so you can go and rewatch it. All right, Shalawam.